Of course, you're here.
Oh
Hello.
God, thank God Jen is
Yeah,
here.
thank God it's Jen on Friday. Um, what got me through yesterday? Uh, well, you did, Fanula, you guys. I mean, it just was that thing, with the Varinus timers. You have your good days, and then your not so good days. Your days when you're feeling a bit down.
Yeah, your
But
ups and
today,
downs.
I've given you a haircut. I did a little. I
Yeah.
watered the garden.
Got the sides trimmed. I haven't done the top yet.
Yeah, short back and sides.
Andrea is complimenting you on a cute dress.
Oh, thank you.
Hello,
Thank you.
April. April lives 3 doors away.
Oh, yeah, hello, April. Yeah, well,
Oh,
yeah. But
yeah.
when did I last see April in person?
So I went
God,
on some
weeks ago, I
some
think.
profiles. Jen,
Way
I
too
went
long.
on your profile. I can't tell what you look like because you've got this weird. She's got these
Baby
funny,
picture?
Well, that's a baby, yeah, and then she's got a thing with her eyes. So I went on people's. Here's a fact that I
Yeah.
found out, and I don't.
Yeah, tell me.
I don't see Kai's here today. Mm-hmm. I found out it's not Kai's. His name looks like it's meant to be funny, like
Kaiser Soze?
Kaiser Soze. But I guess his name is Keys, and it's spelled Keys.
Well, it was funny
and it's
because
pronounced Keys.
I was
Yeah.
going to call him Keys, and I did, but you kept on calling him Kais, and I was like, I went with that.
Yeah.
Hey, how's things down your end of the block, April? There's a plane flying over us
Oh, you
right
don't
now.
need to. Please, let's not talk to the people who live 3 doors away.
Well, I can if
Anyway,
I want.
yeah. The perspective thing with the arm is I can reach back here and grab things, but I don't have anything back there to grab.
Right, you do your long arm trick.
Oh, that's Jen's daughter's eyes. You have your daughter's eyes? That's weird. That's the opposite of how it's supposed to be. Your daughter gets your eyes, not you get their eyes.
Right, but in an avatar, you can do whatever the bloody you
Oh,
want.
my God. When we all get uploaded or downloaded to the internet, isn't it going to be terrific?
No, it's not. I am so not into this idea, and Jake is really into it. And we're watching Upload right now, and it's
On the recommendation
it's
of
disgusting.
someone in here,
Yeah,
actually.
and whoever did
We're
recommend
enjoying
it,
it.
we're loving it. But it's not making me want to upload myself into a computer at all. That was Jake doing some weird rearranging.
Yeah,
as well.
sorry, I just did that.
Yeah, got a bit shaky there for a
Ramon's
minute.
at
We're not
the
having
vet.
an earthquake here in California, so
Ramon's at the vet with his dog.
Oh.
It's walk-up service with your dog. What do you just bring the dog in, put him up on the rack, and have him take a look at him. Hello from Atlanta. Oh, Atlanta, you're in Georgia. That's where that you
Oh,
guys
you're
have been back
working.
to normal.
Yeah, have you had a nice manicure? How's your hair looking? Did you get a tattoo? What did you get?
Cloudy day makes it hard to be chipper. Oh my God.
Oh, I love cloudy days. I'm happy. I'm happy when I wake up and it's overcast. Everyone else likes
That's
the sunshine.
California. When
Yeah,
you get
'cause
a cloudy
yeah.
day, it takes the pressure off the day. You just feel like, oh, we don't have to go out and try and do anything now because it's cloudy. But there's so many great days. That's the
Yeah, 72
thing.
and sunny all the time. Well, I was going to say something and then I just forgot what it was.
Jen's making your profile public. Please look at my notes. Wow, am I going to be sorry? Am I going to be sorry? I thought when I went in to look at some of the people who are here all the time's profiles, I was like, is this creepy? Am I spying? Should I not do this?
It sounds a little bit creepy, but it's not, Jen. He's really not creepy. That's one thing I can say about my husband. In fact, I would not have married him if there was even a vestige of creepiness. If I had one little whiff
Are you
that
kidding
you were
me?
creepy, I would
You're
not have married you.
constantly.
Thinking
At
you're
bedtime,
creepy?
you're always accusing me of being creepy. Last night,
Well, you are.
we were trying to go to sleep. What day is it, Bruce? I'm glad you asked. It's
Yeah.
Pangolin Friday.
You are so lucky that the 1-800 is that racist.
Yeah.
People out here right now.
Ray Ray
that's you're the 1-800. When I call up that number, it's you who answers. 1-800 is this racist? And
Hello?
Pangolin Friday, and you'll be
No,
like,
go
"No."
ahead.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to green light everything, no matter, I mean, it could be super questionable. Oh, look, I went like an old-fashioned phone. Does anyone even remember that phone? I did it like I was dialing the
At
old
least you
the
didn't
older days.
At least you didn't do this one. Hello? You have the one in your ear. And,
Okay, so quick story.
Quick story.
Just
and then what?
tiny little tangent. So when I was 8 years old, my parents got divorced, and we'd been living in Singapore, and we'd had this really fancy life. My dad was a diplomat, and we had servants, blah blah blah. It was really, we weren't used to it, my sister and I.
This is a bit of a come down for you. Our life now.
Excuse me, hello. But when we came back to New Zealand, my mum married a farmer, super lovely guy. They're still married. In fact, I just talked to them half an hour ago. That was another tangent. And they're great. But we went to live on a farm, and we had a crank handle telephone that had 6 people on the party line. Our number was 61S, and S is 3 shorts in Morse code. But when you went to make a call, you crank handled and you picked up the phone and you were like, operator, get me. I mean, it was so weird because I was a city kid who was used to picking up the phone, dialing the old-fashioned phone with a...
Wait,
I'm
the crank
looking
handle? Where was the crank handle phone?
when we went and lived in the country,
Oh, in the
in a
farmer
place
time.
called Takapau. We lived on a farm my mum called Mud Park. There was so much mud, and we had a crank handle telephone, and there were 6 people on a party line.
Everybody's weighing in on Friday. Flavius gets
Yeah.
depressed on cloudy days. She's in the Pacific Northwest, so you get a lot
Oh,
of cloudy
yeah.
days there. It's whatever you get a lot of, that's what you want a break from.
Yeah.
I think.
I know, and people think you sound really entitled if you say you want a break from the sun or really spoiled or something, but I just I'm from a country with a lot of weather. New Zealand has 4 seasons in a morning. It's glorious.
Yeah, if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. Have you ever heard that one? Oh my God! If you go to New Zealand, they're gonna wear you out with it.
The first time Jake came to New Zealand, and then I'll let you get on with pangolins. But Jake comes to New Zealand.
Pangolin.
But
not
I know
pangolin.
I know what I love pangolins. They're so cute.
Oh, don't Varinus me.
So yeah, I know I'm going to Varinus you right up to your Varinus. So Jake comes to New Zealand, and it's
Pangolins
summer.
have a gland right next to their Varinus, their
Yeah.
anus, that's a smell gland. Just since you mentioned.
Oh, like dogs. Dogs
Like
have that
skunks.
special gland.
Like
like
skunks.
skunks. Okay.
Anyway, the first time we went to New Zealand,
So I go first and Jake follows me a couple of weeks later, and it's freezing, and I said, please go to my apartment and get my jeans. I'm so cold. And
I hadn't come there
yeah,
yet.
Jake was still in LA.
Yeah.
I was in New Zealand. It was freezing. Please go to my apartment and get me jeans. I'd gone there with 2 pairs of shorts and a t-shirt, and it was terrible summer. So we're driving up the west coast of the South Island, which is known for its rain, and it's pelting down, and there I am showing Jake beautiful New Zealand, and he does see it's absolutely gorgeous. But I said to him, hey, look, as we go to the East Coast, as we cross the country, traverse it, I said it'll be way less rainy on the East Coast. We're on this road going east. You can barely see out the windscreen. I mean, the rain was absolutely torrential.
When it rains in New Zealand, it does not F around.
Yeah, it's not kidding. It's not
It goes
kidding.
nuts. Well, Jen's feeling a little Varinus lockdown blues.
Oh.
I totally get it.
Okay.
It happens. I think I had my worst day this week, I think, might have been Tuesday. But I just feel like I have to give myself a break for the first couple hours I'm awake every day, just to kind of let myself come up to speed. And then sometimes I feel like I'm owning this. I feel pretty good. Like some days, 10, 11 o'clock, man, I'm peaking. I feel pretty good. No,
Well, you get up and
don't
do a
give
lot
up.
of stuff.
Kai's is here. Kai's, I found out it's
Keys.
keys. I found out it's keys.
Keys.
Can you let me tell him? I found out it's keys. Sorry, I've been calling
I'm
you by the wrong
gonna
name.
take a load off. I'm gonna just
Keys
relax
and
a
Uma
little.
were on the tall guy with the red hair, Conan.
Conan.
Yeah, but they were in the audience. I did watch that. Yeah, we all have the blues. Well, let me tell you some things to cheer you up. Pangolins. If you think you've got the blues, these pangolins have got a rough ride. First of all, everyone wanted to blame the Chinese wet markets for the Varinus, right? That it came out of these Chinese wet markets where they're selling all kind of wildlife for people to eat. And pangolins got a bad rap. I mean, that was the example of the thing that you could buy to eat in the Chinese wet market. Pangolin. Oh, you can get pangolin. Well, if you haven't looked at a pangolin, you're going to have to, I don't have the technology I don't have a book with a pangolin in it that I can hold up, but Google them.
They're scaly.
They're scaly. They're covered in these scales, except for they're under their throats and their bellies. It's all pinky fleshy because they're a mammal. Pangolins are a mammal.
Oh, okay, that is interesting. I would not have thought, a pangolin was a mammal.
Yeah,
because they don't look very
they're a mammal.
mammalian.
So the underside of them is like pinky fleshy, like our whitey baby that we have. She was so pink when she was first born, but that's what pangolins look like on the bottom. And then on the top, they look kind of armadillo-y. They look like a cross between a armadillo and a stegosaurus. And
an anteater, because of that long kind of nose they have.
Anyway, they're about dog or cat sized. World Pangolin Day. Turns out this was interesting to
Is
me.
it today?
No. There's a World Pangolin Day, and it's the third Saturday of February, which is right as we were starting to become aware of the Varinus outbreak. These pangolins are having their day right in the middle of everybody kind of
Hating on
their
them.
fingers. I know, it was a real bummer for pangolins. But
Well,
that's not the biggest bummer. Pangolins.
Yes,
Pangolins are the world's most trafficked. This was a good qualifier. The world's most trafficked non-human animal.
Oh God!
Oh, that
Second
was
only
just-
to the trafficking of humans.
Yeah, it hit me right in my varinus when they
Jake.
said that.
Oh,
my
that's
God.
not. Yeah.
Humans are the number one most trafficked animal. Oh,
Yeah, no, we're terrible
I'm sorry.
to
This
each
was
other.
supposed to cheer you up.
Yeah, Jake.
forget it.
Jesus, take it up a
Damn,
notch. This
I-
is terrible. We're way down there. Bring it up, please.
Anyway, people are trafficking them.
Yeah, they get trafficked. They roll them up and they put them in
Yeah.
their bags, and it's just awful. You please, and we know where they go because they were in a wet market. Stop trafficking in these animals.
Well,
It's cruel.
people
Don't
are-
eat them.
People are eating their flesh because they're endangered. Then their flesh is some kind of a delicacy. Rich person, like, what's for dinner? We're having pangolin.
Well, it was like last night on the episode of Upload where the rich guy who's supposed to be the Koch brother who died is eating, the last black rhino steak, and he's skiting about it, showing off.
But they're in virtual world, so he was bragging that they had to kill the last black rhino to be able to program the taste right for him to eat
yes.
digital rhino steak.
Yeah, digital rhino steak in the Upload world. Yeah,
I'm glad I could explain that to you.
Yeah. Well, I sort of, I'm almost got the concept of being uploaded, but I'm not going to do it. You're going to have to be uploaded on your own, and wherever I go after this is over, I won't be with you. And I'm sorry about that. I'd like to be with you, but I am not going to be effing uploaded. It just looks so horrible.
We'll see. It's a ways before we're getting uploaded. Mark is saying World Pangolin Day. He's still taking down decorations from last year. Boom, Mark, you still got it. I gotta call you, Mark, because I think I want to get a transit van to drive around and camp in. Jen's tying the noose. So, wait, hold it.
Yeah.
Hold it.
Get it
Hold
happy.
on.
Get it happy. Have you got anything asterisk that's good?
They're insectivores.
Okay, well that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, they're not eating
like anteater. They have anteater-like tongues. A pangolin's tongue.
Well, that's
can
what
be,
I said before. They look like an anteater.
They do. They eat anteaters and termites. That's their top foods. And their tongues can be as long as their head and body combined. 40 centimeters. So
that's a long
so it could have a tongue this long.
Isn't it?
Well, depending
It's
on what
a
you're
very-
watching on.
Yeah.
But
long. Because they're as big as a cat or a dog, so that's a very
that's a long
tongue.
Well, imagine
Wow.
if your tongue was as long as your head
Whole
and body.
Oh, yeah, that would be terrible. You'd always
It
be
would
trying to
be-
get it back into your
it'd be
mouth.
freaky,
I
but
mean,
I
when
don't
you
even-
meet those people and it seems like their tongues are a couple of two sizes big for their mouths, if you were a
imagine-
pangolin, you'd be like,
What if you had
folding it up and
2.5 foot tongue? It would be freaky. It wouldn't be sexy. It would be
no.
freaky.
Well, some people would. Yeah, there would be some creep out there who would think it was really sexy, but luckily, you're not a guy who wants a lady with a super long tongue.
So also
That's
people
not happening.
Pangolins are found in Asia and sub-Saharan Africa. The Asian pangolins were the first that were most threatened because that's where the people were who were eating the meat. And then the scales, they're using the scales because they think they're powdering them to try and make some kind of
give themselves a boner.
the boner. The scales they're using for everything, like arthritis, and they think the scales can cure all these different-
Probably coronavirus. They probably
But-
think it can cure this.
You know what they're using the pangolins for boner cures for? You know what pangolin you need if you want to cure a boner, hypothetically, if this actually worked, which it doesn't. Please do not do this.
It's not a pangolin. It's the rhino.
What kind of pangolin do you eat to get a boner? And your answer is, it's not a pangolin?
Okay. All right. What kind of pangolin? A rhino pangolin? I don't know. You tell me. I know you. This is a joke, right? Have you just
It's
set up
not
a joke?
Oh. It's a true thing. And this, I think, is right up there with some artifacts we know. What guys
A
are
virgin pangolin?
What guys are eating to get
Is
a
it?
boner is pangolin fetus soup.
Okay, Jake, that was
Mic drop.
Oh my god.
Mic drop.
Oh man. Okay, Jen, I hope that you were blocking your ears. That you should have told her. You should have said, Jen, block your ears.
She's gonna bang. That's gonna be her next.
Yeah. Oh, that's
comment.
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
Oh. I mean, I said it on the show before, this thing about the rhino horn, which is like our fingernails, a glutenated hair. It has absolutely no medicinal, boner properties.
This is my problem
Mm-hmm.
is that we're trying to blame these pangolins for varinus, which is not their fault. It's
our
our
fault.
fault for selling the pangolins in these wet markets, if they even came from pangolins or wherever they came from. But the only predators for pangolins, the only animals that can ever eat them are big cats like leopards and lions and tigers.
And us.
And us, we're the predators. A lot of times lions give up because they can't figure out how to get into the pangolin because they roll up. They roll up in a ball.
Yeah, and they have all
They're
these
covered
things
in
on the
spines.
outside. Wow.
They can close their ears and nostrils when they're eating to protect against ant attacks because the ants will try and...
Oh, because they're eating ants.
They're
Right.
eating ants and the ants are like,
Yeah.
get in their nose! And the penguin's like, not so fast.
I've got a defense for that.
Yeah, they're
Yes.
used to it.
I'm
They're used to it.
anatomically designed to thwart you, little ant.
Some Indian and Philippine or Philippine pangolins have semi-prehensile tails, so they can hang by their tails. I don't know what semi-prehensile means. It's like sometimes
They can hang a little bit.
Sometimes they fall out of the tree.
Yeah, yeah.
They have the
Sometimes it
most-
works, sometimes it doesn't.
They have the most vertebrae of any animal. 46, 47. They don't have any teeth. Pangolins do not have any teeth.
They just gum it.
They've got the same kind of keratin scales in their stomach, and also sometimes they swallow pebbles. So their stomachs
grind
are like
everything
their
up.
stomachs are like a little grinder mill
Yeah.
for ants.
Yeah.
Yeah. Michael is saying we're the real virus. Yeah, well, we've been saying that for a while.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I think the varinus is an attack on human beings because we're not.
Yeah, sorry,
We need to
Todd. I
cool
know
it.
today's episode is not being so uplifting. I'm going to have to do something to Jake. Sorry, Jen. She's...
No, he says it's very uplifting.
Oh, I thought... Oh, right.
That could be sarcasm, but
Yeah,
that
yeah.
does not work on me.
Yeah, Jake is completely immune. He's got a defense to that. He shuts his ears, his nostrils.
So pangolins cannot be kept in captivity. So you never see them in zoos. That's why another reason we've never seen pangolins. You know, you can take care of an armadillo. They don't do great in captivity, but pangolins can't be kept in captivity. They're not good in captivity. And that's one of the reasons that these people who want to eat their scales and fetuses, they could just raise their own pangolins, but that's not possible. They're solitary unless they're mating. They get together when they mate.
Yeah, it's you
Obviously.
can't do it yourself. Well, unless they were,
DIY pangolin kit. The
yeah,
dads stay.
worms and snails.
The dads do stay until the baby is independent, which is also
That's nice. We like that about the pangolin.
common in humans.
Yeah,
Stay married till the kids are
yeah,
grown up.
three is the age.
The baby pangolins ride on their mother's tail, like on the bottom part of their tail. They cling on. That's how the pangolins take the baby pangolins around
Oh,
for
that's
up to 3 months. They sexually mature in 2 years. A 2-year-old pangolin is good
Ready
to
to
go.
go?
That's when they graduate from high school, and they don't smell good. I've already covered that. No teeth. I think this is almost all of the pangolins. Facts. Oh, pangolin is from. I think this is some kind of maybe a Chinese word. I didn't write that down. From a word called pangolin, which means one that rolls up. So pangolin, the name pangolin means ones that roll up, and they do roll up.
It's like that little, well, I call it a roly-poly bug. The
Yeah.
one that I don't like because it eats things in my garden. What's that actually called? I can't remember what it's called, the other name for it.
Yeah, Keys is calling for a giving up party. Yeah, we can have a giving up party later if you want. As we always say, don't give up. There'll be plenty of time to give up later. Oh, excuse me. Oh my, a little too much pangolin. So we still have a few minutes left in the show. But I thought pangolins were incredibly interesting.
Yeah, they're incredibly interesting. I suppose it's just the thing, that our part in the pangolin story is incredibly depressing.
Well,
but,
our part in a lot of the,
yeah.
except for the dog, I feel like we're really a problem. For
Well,
a
the
lot of
dog
animals.
is the only one that, we've really domesticated and really likes us. I mean, we're kidding with the cat if we think the cat likes us. The cat just tolerates us because we feed it.
I've been going
Oh.
I've been going through the office. I've been going through the office.
And he's got a treasure to share with you, ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen.
As I'm going through the office, I'm finding little things that I've hidden from myself. And here's one. Guess who that is? Guess who that is? That is a baby, and it's not me, sir. I have a baby picture of my wife.
Yeah.
Is that creepy?
No, not really. I mean,
Okay.
you've got so many weird photographs of me sort of secreted about the place in here. There's
Yeah, I have
me.
some-
It was in a calendar years and years ago.
I
that
also
photo up
found,
there, that
I don't know
was
if
pretty
people were
wild.
watching the other day when I was showing my old glasses collection, but this is literally one of the
You get those
first,
sexy mofos
This is one of the
off.
first pair of glasses I ever got. I got these in the 4th grade. And
Uh-huh.
I don't know if my head was, I must have had a big
Yeah,
head.
you got a big
They're
head.
still wide enough for me to get on.
Let's-
Nice.
Aw,
But I was
that's-
a little kid, 4th grade. What are
Yeah,
you,
it's pretty-
9, 10 years old?
Yeah.
So those were my
I bet
first
you look
glasses.
cute in those.
Yeah, man.
So I think
I never thought I was going to have a wife like you when I was getting those glasses.
Neither did I. So this photograph, that's on my grandparents' floor. I wonder if that's before or after the Plunkett nurse said that I was overstimulated and I was going to be...
You're giving the punchline first. This is a little bit of a problem with shows where people want to take requests. I'm learning. I'm figuring out how to do a Zoom comedy show, or at least some kind of Zoom show.
What if you've got me running interference the whole time?
One of the things about when people come to a comedy show and they go, "Hey, do the joke about
They tell the punchline.
the joke about Leech or Evil Master of Power Suction," and the problem is that part of the punchline is in the thing that they said. But oops, I'll have to pick Leechor up later.
Yeah,
So
like when I say the camera. So what?
So-
So what did I just do then?
you just said that when you were a baby,
Mm-hmm.
your parents. A thing that you do in New Zealand when you have a baby is you take them to this thing called the Plunkett nurse. And
The Plunkett Society, you used to, it's not a thing anymore, rather than going to the doctor and having a pediatric checkup, you'd go to the Plunkett nurse and she would weigh and survey you as a baby.
For the first how many months or years of your life?
I don't know how long it lasts for, but you have a little Plunkett book and it says this is how long the baby is, this is how much the baby weighs, the baby's eating, the baby's, whatever the baby's doing.
Vaccinations.
So, the Plunkett nurse doesn't give you the vaccinations, I don't think. But you've got a little Plunkett book and it says everything in there. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. I just realized these were down. Go ahead.
Back to me. Okay. Oh, thank you. All right. And when I was 3 months old,
Was it 3 months old?
so I was 3 months old, and Mum takes me to visit the Plunkett nurse, and I'm very hyperactive, and I'm not much of an eater, and my head is sort of spinning around, not quite Linda Blair. It's not going 360, but there's a lot of head movement, and the Plunkett nurse takes one look at me and tells my mother that I'm overstimulated and I'm going to be mentally retarded, and my poor mother, who's 20 years old, scoops me up and sort of, runs out of the Plunkett nurse, probably shrieking or crying or something. And when she gets home and tells my father thinks that's absolute rot and says to my mother, Belinda is never going to the Plunkett nurse again. And that was the end of that. And then I wasn't mentally retarded.
Oh, you're laughing because it's true.
Well, look, of course it's up for debate, but, you can... But, and we don't need any comments about that. Well, you can leave comments
No,
about
people
it.
are talking about how great
Yeah.
you are. This is, again,
Yeah,
Andrew's
if I'm-
making the observation about how I locked in at a good rate, which is one of my jokes, and I married up. I did marry up, although I'm
Someone made a mistake and it was me.
I'm pretty decent.
Anyway, I don't feel like and I know that you're not supposed to say retarded now, but I say it because the Plunkett nurse said it about me, so I'm just quoting what she said to me. But I don't feel like I'm mentally retarded. I feel like I'm perfectly okay. Yes, I'm a little excitable. Yes, I go off on tangents. Yes, I'm a big interrupter.
So let's go through it again. A little excitable, go off on tangents, big interrupter.
Yeah. And what else?
Would you put those on your what's it called, the Tinder profile? You were
Oh God! If I was,
I'm a big interrupter.
Yeah. Get prepared to be. If you take me on a date, I'm going to interrupt a lot. I'm going to go off on weird tangents.
Let's be
And,
honest, a little bit gassy.
that is nonsense. And then you've got a fart. Oh, don't do the fart machine. Oh, come.
No, but you're more of a burper. You're more of a
Yeah,
burper.
I'm more of a burper than a farter. And what was the one? I interrupt. I'm excited. Oh, excitable. Yeah, but people
You're
like
perfect.
that.
Rita's
on a
saying
date.
you're perfect. You
Oh,
are.
thanks.
You're
Thanks,
awesome.
Rita. That's
You're
so
awesome.
sweet of you. Yeah. I wonder where that Plunkett nurse is now.
Probably dead. Of old age. Happy Friday, everybody.
Am I not 35 still? You know that thing when because I felt like I was 18 for so long, and then eventually when I was 35, I was like, okay, Belinda, you really start acting, or start, you're 35, like that's it. And then it's not like I'm stuck at 35, but
No.
but yeah, she probably is dead. That Plunkett nurse.
Yeah.
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 So
Yeah. What else?
So it's Friday. Jen has started drinking margaritas on Cinco de Mayo, and now she's continuing to drink them on this show. I think that's a great habit to be in. It's if you can confine your drinking to just 30 minutes a day, I think you're probably pretty safe. Even if you go completely nuts. I mean, how much booze can you get down in a half an hour?
Well, it depends how much of a professional
how serious
you are
about it, right?
Yeah, man, if you want to, you just pick up that bottle and you just chug it right in. Come on.
Yeah. Now you're
I mean,
talking.
if you if you want to just if you mean business, yes, I think being overstimulated as an infant did prepare me well for being married to Jake. Yeah, I did. It did. Oh,
Happy Mother's Day, Michael
Yeah.
is reminding us, because
Yeah.
we're going to be off for the weekend. This is the Friday show, so Mother's Day is going to happen. Happy Mother's Day to Happy Mother's Day to you. Can I just do that right now? Can this be it? Boom, done and dusted.
Well, Rhonda's asking what the Mother's Day plans are. I think you just saw it, Rhonda. I think he just did it. That was it. That was Mother's Day.
That was the whole Mother's Day? No,
he
I've
did
got
do
it.
something nice the other day. Remember, I said we were inside. He did something
Okay.
nice, and he said, "I know you're hot," and he said I had to remember it. I had to add it to whatever happened on Sunday. Maybe
But
for
you've forgotten it already.
what it was that you.
I like how on Mother's Day often you will say, make sure that our daughter gives me something for Mother's Day.
Just remind her, because she'll feel shitty if she forgets.
She will feel shitty.
Yeah.
Doubt it.
She just had to yell at me because I put her jeans in the dryer. I can't remember that her jeans don't go in the dryer.
I've told her numerous times, here's
God.
where my laundry is. If you want me to do it, I won't put it in the dryer. But she has trouble getting it through her head that you are a laundry
I'm an
terrorist.
outlaw.
You're a laundry terrorist.
I'm overstimulated when it comes to the
Yeah.
laundry. I just get all that shit and I put it in the. I actually don't put it. That's the funny thing is I walk it up to the deck because I'm such an environmental freak and I will air dry it. And now we just need to get. What about a nice laundry rack for me for Mother's Day?
Oh, man.
So I can go super sustainable and dry your underpants on the deck
That sounds
for the
great.
neighbors to see.
I'd like a big sort of a
Does that sound like a good Mother's Day for me?
I'd like a rectangular kind of flag-shaped rack that could hold like 10 pair of underwear, so that you could put them up like our family flag of all of our underwear blowing in the wind.
God.
How great would that be?
So we made a family flag when we first got together and we were married, and Jake had things like he saved a pair of my pink underpants that he really loved. They were hot pink and
I
they
know
were
where they
together
are.
from our courting days. Oh, do not show them on the show. If you
All
no
right,
show and tell.
Okay, all right.
But he was.
I
but
did.
he-
You made me cut the crotch out of them because you thought that was where they'd shown the most wear. So they're even,
Oh,
they're
that's
even-
nice. That's nice. Yeah, they're like the mask that lady who made the mask in Michigan, where she goes into the 7-Eleven to get after she's put gas in her car and she's got a hole cut from there to there, and the guy secretly films her. You must have seen this; it's gone viral.
Well,
And
he goes, nice mask, and she goes, yeah, it was hard to breathe until I got this hole in it.
yeah. Well, Jake, I did not want him running around with my underpants on his head. But anyway, he wanted to put a little snippet of the hot pink material. Do
Now
not
they're in
show
here.
them on the
Okay,
show.
all right.
Okay,
You've asked me a couple of times. I get it.
And then they were going to be on the family flag, and I'm like, I don't think we can be flying something off our daughter's play structure. It was actually going to be enormous. I mean, the flag is huge. It's still
We
in
didn't
there
really
somewhere.
go through with the family flag.
No, but
sadly.
we did talk about it, and it was a nice idea, and it didn't get my underpants sewn on it.
Yeah.
I
Well,
wonder why, because he's still got them in this
it's
bloody
again,
office.
it's one of those things that I put those
I'm gonna
somewhere.
find those underpants.
I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny that I would have them at some point later on, and you would be surprised. Like, remember these? And then I hid them so well from you that I can't find them, but I know where they are roughly.
They would be a great Varinus mask, though. They
I'll
would
be
be funny.
I'll be able to find them.
you will.
Jen's clarifying she starts drinking during this show. She doesn't only drink during this show. So I think that's great. Keys says he's so wound up he feels like running down the street swinging nunchucks. Perfect way to enforce social distancing. You're right. In fact, running down the street swinging anything is a great. Well, I just you don't want to give the impression that you're ready to fight. You want to give the impression that you're ready to party, and that's
We had a neighbor who liked to get out on the street in his black boxer briefs when he was
Well,
and do some nunchuck work.
that was, to be fair, that
I
was
know.
right before he got committed to the nut house by himself. He called the
Yeah,
police.
and
Called
he called the police and said, "I'm out on the 4th Street with nunchucks. I'm in my black underpants.
Yeah.
I'm a complete danger to myself."
This is just a
we
lesson.
We loved
This
our
is-
neighbor.
This is oh God, I don't
Yeah.
want to even say. I don't
No,
want
we're
to
not gonna
say his name,
but
but
we-
God, I miss. God,
Yeah.
I miss him.
Yeah.
God, I miss him. He
What
called.
what a high quality neighbor. I mean, the guy who's out in the street with his nunchucks and his black undies.
He was so jacked up, out in the street in his black underwear with his nunchucks, that he knew that he was in trouble. So he called the police on himself. He was like, I have this impulse to go do this, but before I go do it, I'm calling the police on myself. Oh my God, we laughed so hard. When he told the story, he's like, God, oh God, I miss him.
And then you did the tribute to him for his memorial.
Got it edited out
Yeah,
because
but
it involved some drug stories. Anyway,
and you were in black underpants with nunchucks up on 4th Street. You reenacted his
I did
finest
reenact it.
moment and filmed it and thought that this would be appropriate to play in front of his parents at his memorial. Not creepy, just super. I mean, really. I mean, what a good friend. Loyal. That's what I describe.
I couldn't be there in person because we were out of town, so I made the video. But I think if I was there in person, they couldn't have stopped me from telling the story, which it's a shame.
Well, if you'd pulled,
I might have
if
started crying though, as you know. I've got a hormone imbalance.
And it would have looked really funny as you were sort of pulling off your Velcro, suit that you were wearing at his funeral, and underneath you had, black, just black, really brief underpants.
So
the banana hammock, as they're known, and then a nunchuck, and you started running around the. Yeah, that might have been too much. Are we going to just do an?
I think we're closing it out.
Mm-hmm.
Michael has got the closing thought of the day. Even the most primitive societies have an innate respect for the insane. So let's not feel too sorry for ourselves.
Oh, first of all, I thought he was talking about me, but right, our neighbor. Are you just
No, I
gonna-
have a respect for you.
Yes.
And then I was going to read a random thing from
Yeah.
this book that Rachel, who's a fan, sent me as a gift that made me cry, and I have it right in here. It's all these. There's a different thought for each time you open it up. Here's one, and this is from Robin Williams. Comedy is acting out optimism. That's good, isn't it?
It is good. Sweet. I thought I heard a little catch in your voice and that you were going to start crying.
I'm always ready to start crying. I
Yeah.
got
Well, Robin
emotional.
Williams
Yeah,
as
Robin
well.
Williams.
Aw.
Well, right. Rest
Yeah.
in peace.
Acting out. Yeah.
I moved to San Francisco to start my comedy career because that was where Robin Williams started his comedy career. And then my first big break was doing this HBO Young Comedian special where on the stage in San Francisco, and I think I told this story on here before, but on the stage in San Francisco where I started and one of the stages where he still performed, we had the same manager. We're in the show produced together to introduce young comedians, and they had established comedians from that city introduce them. So Robin introduced me on that stage in San Francisco. It was a big, he's big to everybody, but it's very important to me. Anyway, I hope you guys hang in there and don't give up. There'll be plenty of time to give up later. We're not having a give up party. We're having a keep going party.
Yeah, this is definitely a keep going party.
That's another one that I heard somewhere. I wish I could remember. Don't cry to give up. Cry to keep going. And also, drink up. It's Friday. See you everybody on Monday, 3 p.m. Thanks for sharing and watching and forwarding and subscribing. And if you could keep doing that, but more, that'd be great. You guys are awesome. See you on Monday.
And happy Mother's Day, all the mums.
all
Have
the
a
mothers.
gorgeous, fabulous. Yes, I hope you all get pedicures.
All the mothers of all the genders.
I hope that you get, all the mothers of all the genders. I hope that you get breakfast in bed. Fanula makes me this gorgeous thing with an avocado, which she puts a poached egg in the middle of it. It's really pretty unbelievable. We don't have any avocados. Note to you, Jerry.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you're on that, not me. Okay.
It's off to the all-night avocado store.